Deep beneath the abandoned asylum, the air grew freezing cold. My flashlight flickered, casting long, menacing shadows against the damp walls. Rows of anatomical mannequins stood silently in the pitch black. I stepped closer to inspect the strange plastic figures, noticing a faint, metallic scent in the air. Their glass eyes seemed to reflect the weak beam of my light, staring right through me as if they shared a collective, malicious thought. A sudden scraping sound echoed from the far corner of the subterranean room. I froze instantly, my breath catching in my throat, praying that it was only settling architecture and not something breathing in the dark. I swept my flashlight across the floor, and my heart dropped straight into my stomach. One of the mannequins had shifted its position, its stiff arm now pointed directly at the heavy iron door behind me. Panic surged through my veins as I turned to run toward the exit. But the heavy iron door slammed shut on its own with a deafening crash, plunging me into absolute, suffocating darkness. I fumbled with my flashlight, frantically shaking it until the bulb sparked back to life. Standing right in front of me was a mannequin that hadn't been there a second ago, blocking my only path. Its mouth slowly parted, stretching open in an impossible mechanical grin, and a raspy, human whisper escaped its plastic lips. It whispered my exact name, calling out to me from inside the silent room. Tears streamed down my face as I backed away, pressing my spine hard against the damp concrete wall. More scraping sounds filled the air, echoing all around me as if the entire room was coming alive. I closed my eyes tightly, whispering prayers for this nightmare to finally end. When I opened them again, every single mannequin had surrounded me in a tight circle, their faces inches away from mine. Suddenly, all the lights flickered back on, revealing a crowded hospital ward filled with actual medical staff. A doctor rushed forward, shining a penlight directly into my wide, panicked eyes. "You are finally waking up from your induced coma," the doctor said with a cold, unsettling smile. "We were worried your consciousness would remain trapped inside the test simulation forever." I looked down at my hands in absolute horror, noticing the plastic texture and synthetic joints replacing my skin. The basement wasn't a hallucination. I had been converted into the newest mannequin. My voice failed me as I tried to scream, my synthetic vocal cords producing only a static click. The real patients were the ones locked away in the cases, while the mannequins walked free. The doctor wheeled my rigid body out of the room and into a long, sterile corridor. Other nurses walked past us, their skin looking suspiciously smooth and their movements rigidly mechanical. They rolled me into a massive storage room filled with thousands of identical, blank faces. They lined me up against the back wall, locking my joints into a permanent standing position. As the heavy steel doors closed shut and the lights clicked off, my inner consciousness remained fully awake. I was forced to stand in eternal darkness, waiting for the next victim to explore the basement.